All right. Testing, testing. Cool. All right, new setup. Oh, we have double bots. Oh, we have double bots. Oh. Hey, Ice, how's it going? I'm guessing it's probably pretty late for you. Uh, uh, okay. It's almost 6 a.m. That's wild. Is that a normal bedtime? Not even late anymore, it's early. Yeah, true. Time to start your day. What timeline? Timeline doesn't matter. For red rings, or for anything really, you just do the prophecies. Not the normal. It's the week. Yeah, it is the weekend. That's true. I should go grab some prophecies. Yeah, for me personally, I did the Reign of Dragons farming the rings, but you could do any of them. I know the last Epoch tools tells you to farm a specific timeline for certain types, but just ignore that. It's not actually useful. So right now, I think we're still looking to farm some gloves. Trying to get the T7. Hey, the alert is working. Nice. Thank you for the follow. Does that actually show up in the chat? Oh, I have like 3 bots in the chat. Yeah, I'm dual streaming right now on Twitch and YouTube. I'm trying to get it working, but there's a lot of configuration to do with that. Trying to get the alerts to show up on both, and then trying to make sure everything works properly. It's kind of a pain, but I think it helps you get a bigger audience, I suppose. Feels like as a streaming platform, on its own, Twitch is probably better, but Twitch does not seem to play friendly with the other stream services. Hey, and the sub. Thank you so much. I'm still using that filter you put together with all the different colors for the unique items. That's been really handy, and everybody's been grabbing that filter as well. Yeah, thank you so much for putting that filter together too. Thanks for the bids on YouTube. Hell yeah, not a problem. I'm happy to put them together and share some knowledge. Feel free to ask any questions you have, and I do my best to answer them. I think right now it's still pretty hard to find information on some of the new stuff, like the factions and all the changes since 1.0. I don't know why there's been kind of a lack of coverage on a lot of it. It's okay though. More content for me, I guess. So I guess maybe provide a little bit of context on the new prophecy strategy. For those who didn't see the update in the official Discord, EHD basically confirmed that the LP is affected on prophecies by corruption. So now I pretty much exclusively run the monolith prophecies when I'm doing uniques, because otherwise it's suboptimal. So that's one thing I've been doing. Hey, hit that like button. Can always count on you to remind the folks. Thank you, thank you. Right now there's a lot of different things I can take gear-wise, so it's a little bit easier to roll the prophecies. I find now that monos are pretty much the only high value. It kind of makes you end up re-rolling a lot more and spending a lot more favor on that. Not exactly sure how I feel. The only way to upgrade your gears to push corruption, it's not necessary. You don't have to. If you want to min-max, then yeah, you need to, but you can still get really good gear just playing the game normally. There's some pretty heavy diminishing returns on the corruption itself, other than the favor, which does scale linearly. Do we care about helmets more or boots? Probably boots, right? It's fine. Frustrated being at 300? Yeah, I think 300 is still at the point where you get a lot of extra drops by pushing a bit further. Once you get to like 1,000, it can kind of become not really worth it. Like it starts getting tedious to keep going. But I would definitely try and get yourself to at least like 500, because then you stop getting more stability. You can't find Ladle? I mean, Ladle has been like the bane of my existence. I've only dropped 2 3LP Ladles in the like 1,500 to 2,000 mages I've killed. Definitely not fun. You've seen none in the past weeks? Like literally none? That's kind of strange. I hope your filter is not hiding them. Maybe drop one on the ground and make sure you actually see it. Yeah, that's really weird. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't get a lot of ladles either, but I usually get at least a couple per day. Uh, you have 4 3LP regular ladles? Yeah, that's pretty rough. Taking these glove prophecies feels so terrible. It's like 10,000 favor for like maybe 2 gloves that'll even show up on my filter. To be fair though, most of the uniques on my filter are not actually good either. Do they come from prophecies too? No. Ladles only come from the mage. That's what makes them hard to get. You can do a mage farm if you want. You can set up like a dedicated farm for that. I'll probably do a video on that at some point. I think that could be useful. But yeah, there is a strategy to do it. It's just something that a lot of people probably wouldn't want to do. The idea is you mages spawn more frequently the further from the center of the web you are, and they have a higher chance of dropping the rare items as well. So the strategy is, yeah, exactly. There's like a certain set of monoliths that are a lot better than all the other ones, where you just enter the echo and then leave over and over until you see mage. Late night stream, yeah. Yeah, we're on a pretty late night. I'm guessing it's, what, like noonish for you? Lunchtime, maybe? Yeah, it is late for me though. But yeah, the mage strategy is whatever those echoes are, where a lot of the spawn locations are near where you start. You just do one of those maps over and over. But it has to be a dedicated farm because there's only certain ones, and then once you complete it, you can't redo it, so you want to set up a really good one. 7 a.m. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So you're, what, 10 hours ahead? Bedtime. Yeah, it's not far from bedtime for me too. Maybe a couple hours or so. You'll look tomorrow. Yeah, I might put a video up. There is one of my sheets has a like a mini guide on it if you want, so you'll look tomorrow. All right. Have a great night. Thanks for dropping in. But yeah, also feel free to ask in the Discord and we can give you the resources for the farm. Boots or body armor? I like body armor. You're minus on pushing corruption. You want to reach 1k. Yeah, yeah, I agree. It's definitely tedious. I'm starting to think I might do fewer shades. The problem is that the shades take like 3 minutes and the echoes take like maybe less than a minute. Hello from South Korea. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, our time zones definitely don't align very well for that. Glad to have you though. How often would you see +4 Frostclaw Relic? Um, so for context, I probably play a lot, probably more than most people. And in total, I've seen 3 +4 Frostclaw Relics, and that's also doing a bunch of Exalted Relic Prophecies. So they're extremely rare. Maybe I'm also unlucky, I don't know, but they're definitely rare. You should use a Rune of Creation on everyone you try and slam as well. A new class might be fun, yeah. Yeah, just make something that you already dropped a bunch of gear for and just deck it out in whatever you have and just blast that up to 1,000 corruption or whatever. Riker made a video about how much the player base dropped. I think it's to be expected. Since 1.0 launched, there's been a Path of Exile League. There's been the D4 PTR, which has been pretty well received, I think, overall. What else? There has been a game just launched either yesterday or today. I forget what it's called. Is it the Rest for the Wicked or something? And then there's also been Helldivers. There's been a lot of games. Like I don't think it's because Last Epoch is like crappy or anything. Like it's a good game. There's just a lot of other stuff, and people that play this genre generally play a lot of those other games at the same time. So I wouldn't really read into it too much. Wasn't his best video? Yeah, it feels like it's probably just a bit of a bait. And the D3 season? Yeah, I always forget D3 is still a game. I never played D3, but I guess they're on like season 40 or something now, right? Uh, 31? Oh, okay. D3 population dropped really fast. Yeah, I figure it would drop fast, right? It's people who've been at that for 31 seasons. I don't know. That's commitment right there. You like being able to put a game down when you're set? Yeah, I don't think people like this is extremely normal. Every time there's an ARPG launch or season or whatever, like it always the population drops. Because like it's not like there's been new content in the last 2 months. There's just been bug fixes and stuff, which doesn't draw in new players. How many do PoE have? I have no idea. I can guarantee you it's less than when it launched though. That's just how it goes. Hey Voltari, what's up? It should have been a great game in Korea as well, but the localization is really bad. You're talking about like the translations? They're not, are they not complete? Youth body void horror we do not do. D3 only takes a few days. Seasons have ruined ARPGs. I don't know. I'm not really sure how I feel about that. That's a tough one. I mean, on one hand, seasons are it's kind of like a concentration of content all at once. But if it wasn't for seasons, then there would never really be a time for all the players to be playing at the same time, which I think is what they want. Like it would just be like a string of players, or I guess whenever they release the content, right? Which is what seasons are. You're almost 40, you don't want to feel like you have to play every game? Yeah, I mean that's one of the reasons why I like Last Epoch, is that I don't really feel like if I don't play, I'm not really missing much, which is not a feeling I got with PoE. I felt like I had to play, which made the game not very fun. Having to learn and play so many games is tiring. Yeah, I think the content coming in waves makes it a little bit easier to digest though, like all the new stuff. You're shocked when your character would be kind of useless next season? Yeah, I think when I first started playing ARPGs, this probably was like, I don't know, maybe 10, 12 years ago with Path of Exile. I didn't even play seasons for a long time because I didn't want to give up my character. But then when I started doing it, I was like, oh, this is not bad. It gives me an incentive to use the new content rather than just sticking with whatever old stuff I had. CPUP peaked at 250K and now we're at 10K. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. It was the 1.0 launch. I think it's totally normal. I imagine that the devs probably even like expected this. If you want the new content, you usually have to play the new cycle. Yeah, that's not the case though with Last Epoch. They're not going to be doing cycle exclusive content for a while. Mike said that pretty clearly in his dev stream. So I wouldn't anticipate there being any difference between Legacy and Cycle for at least probably, I don't know, half a year maybe. Been checking out the YouTube. Just want to say thanks for the info. Yeah, not a problem. Glad you enjoy it. Whatever info you guys think is useful to make a video on, I'm always happy to do that. Never look back, never log in. Yeah, I like the idea of my legacy characters. Like as a museum. It's like, oh, look at all this cool stuff I had in season 2 and season 3 or whatever. But then I never actually go back and play the characters. I just like that they're there. It's kind of weird. Like some like hoarding mentality, I guess. Are you targeting a specific thing with prophecies? Yeah, I'm targeting Prismatic Gaze Helm, Static Shell or Unstable Core Chess. And what else? Blood of the Exile for boots, and Eternal Gauntlets for gloves. Any of those, it would be okay. Usually get bored of a certain build? Yeah, I usually do as well. This is kind of the exception. I don't normally stay entertained by a single build for this long. But this one's just been so fun and trying to min-max it and everything. I think the Last Epoch Endgame really lends itself to people who enjoy like min-maxing their characters. D4 re-itemization made all the old characters junk. Did it? I know previous re-itemization made everything junk because they upped the item power, but I wasn't sure if the most recent changes also did that. No incentive to play anything but Legacy, yeah. Yeah, I think that's kind of the thing. The only the only incentive might be if you want to play with friends who are playing season, then you wouldn't have a character. But I mean, we're ARPG players. We don't have friends, so I don't think that's a concern, right? Switch it up to Hydron or Plasma Orb. Yeah, Plasma Orb looks like a lot of fun. It's something I wanted to give a try. Afternoon. Hey Toby, what's up? How's it going? Hope you guys are all having a good Saturday evening slash, wait, Friday evening slash Saturday morning. Body armor. It's refreshing when it becomes boring. Yeah, I think so. If something requires a group, yeah, I think it's problematic if you're playing a game like this and something does require a group. Like I don't think that that's in this type of genre when something is like significantly better to be done with a group, I think it's poor design. Like this isn't like an MMO or whatever where group play is a big part of the game. Oh, and we're full. Just finished work Saturday. Oh, in Australia, yeah. Yeah, you guys are way in the future. Plasma orb damage is really high, but you don't think it's as high as the current build? Yeah, I'm not really sure. I think Plasma Orb is a build that needs a lot of min-maxing. Like my gear is pretty crazy, but I think Plasma Orb you need like a whole other level of gear. Might be hard to make it actually work with CoF. I think it's strong once you have everything though. I think I need to clear a few more prophecies in Reign of Dragons. We have a couple siege golems here. And the diamond matrons, they don't spawn in Abomination, so gotta clear those out. The same as my build, but with Dex. Yeah, but the Plasma build needs to balance dodge and what else? Dodge, armor, and something else. Like there's a lot of really specific stuff you need to be in balance, which is hard to do when you can't just buy the affixes you need. Like for me, I don't really get to choose what my affixes are. I have to find them all. So I think that kind of thing is a little bit harder to do with CoF. Like just finding a T7 int glove with the type I want is pretty hard. If you're slamming into uniques, it's not too bad. Because you can just use any base and it's whatever, you just throw it on, but I find finding good exalts is like extremely difficult. Holy lag. You think you're going MG next? Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be switching to MG. Going into Cycle 1, a lot of people probably assumed that Merchant Guild was just going to suck. But trade is always strong in games like this. CoF is fun. Sometimes trying to get very specific gear takes days or weeks. Yeah, I think that's the problem. Takes a long time to grind corruption, yeah. I mean, the devs don't want us to be doing 2, 3, 4,000 corruption, though. So I think it's not really a problem in their eyes that getting to 1,000 corruption takes a long time. Is there an easy way to give me the Fragment of Enigma? I don't think so. Not that I know of. I think the only way would be to play together for like several hours. Although if the resonance is based on experience, if you're running at like 2500 corruption, then maybe it is fast. I don't know. Not actually sure. Need to do some testing on that. Current MG is not worth a terrible UI. I mean, I think a lot of people with really good gear would disagree with you. People will put up with that sort of pain if it means getting min-maxed characters. Anything in the name of efficiency, right? What else they want us to do? I don't know. I don't know. A group of 4 leveled up and got the group in a... when they got to level 90. Yeah, but if it's based on experience, then leveling from 0 to 90 is like a fraction of the experience that I get in like a couple echoes. Like I get many, many, many millions of experience per echo. And level 1 to 90 is, I think, in total, maybe 30 million experience. So yeah, I don't know. It depends on how it's calculated, right? If you have a unique body armor and you slam it with a primalist body armor, yeah, let me show you real quick. I have an example here. So I slammed 2 bone claimers. You can see one of them has no class restriction because it has dexterity, and one of them has an acolyte class restriction because it has an acolyte affix. So if you slam a class affix onto a generic unique, it becomes class locked. Hope that makes sense. Would you want it? We could test it. If you want to join the party, yeah, I'm down to give it a try. I'm just running 2000 corruption right now. This isn't my high timeline. Thank you for the follow. Was there 2? Did I miss one? I don't think so. Yeah, thank you for the follow, Eros. It feels so bad having to regrind. Yeah, I agree. It's definitely a pain. By time makes more sense. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I agree because time, like, you could just be like doing a bunch of low-level content, and then you don't really have a reason to trade like 2, 3, 4 LP items. There's like lower level stuff. Yeah, if you want to add me in game, my account is Big Smash. Just send an ad. Put yours in the chat. Someone bought a 4 LP fundamental. Yeah, that was probably before Plasma Orb was being pushed as like a meta item, I would imagine. You saw an LP3, look carefully. Oh, I missed it. I don't always pick up LP3s. Although I should, to be honest. If I missed one, then that's my mistake. It was a meta? Oh, okay. Are there any 4 LP red rings? I doubt it. Even a 2 LP was like a huge deal, and everybody was posting it on Reddit and everything. Let alone a 4 LP, which is probably like several hundred or 1,000 times, or maybe millions of times more rare. The scaling on those things is just really crazy. It's gonna be really laggy for you, isn't it? Wait a minute. It's gonna be laggy for me. Then you invite. Alright, let's do that. Wait, why is it not letting me do the interact? Yeah, the guy who slammed the 2LP red ring and got double resist. Oh no. That was so sad. I saw that. I bet it was the guy who bought that like crazy 2LP red ring and then slammed it and missed. It's hilarious, but also super sad. You're confused about Runic Invocation? I'm guessing you're talking about Immutable Order. So basically, Immutable Order, whenever you use a rune, instead of using the type, it uses the skill bar order. So you need cold, fire, cold. So your skills need to be in this order for Runic to work. Ping 150? That's not too bad, actually. I've heard that EU West servers are not great, so maybe you'll have even better connection to North America. Oh, this is Spire, watch out. Holy lag. Oh my god, I didn't think that we're both lagging our screens. This is a problem, isn't it? Ooh, T7 cast speed Eternal Gauntlets, look at that. Oh my god, I can't even pick it up because it's so far off my screen. Oh, we lost one. Okay. This is a pretty rippy map, to be fair. Does it let you rejoin or no? Using Flame Rush with lag feels clunky. Yeah, it does. Hey Jinsoul, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Welcome back, I should say. Oh, it did let you back in. Prophecy's going off like mad, yeah. Yeah, I have prophecies for the Immortalize. And this map is just all Immortalize. Dead before the screen loads. Yeah, this is a really rippy map. For 2000 whatever corruption, this is a pretty rough one. The spires are dead though, so it should be okay now. We have a lot of uniques to look at. Let me know if you want anything. Kind of stopped playing the cycle. Yeah, this map is full of uniques right now. There's probably like at least 100 of them sitting on the ground, lagging my game. Filter by legendary. Yeah, you see all the bricked ones. People trying to recoup their money. That's pretty hilarious. Turn off the filter for a second. 3 LP. Maybe after the map. Some of these are bugging out. You can tell it's kind of laggy. The tooltips take a second to load. Oh, I hear stuff dropping. Do you guys think T7 cast speed Eternal Gauntlets is worth using? Ooh, 2 LP Exsanguinous, sure. Can you test something if you die and rejoin or the item's still on the ground? I can test that after I loot everything. Assuming that there's anything left to kill me in the map. I'm pretty sure if ice is in the map, it might let me back in, but if we're both out, I think we lose it. Not 100% sure though. Another 3 LP. Not that those are useful. We will take it anyway. Alright, let me go die after this. And then we'll see. So hard to tell what I've already looked at. Alright. Here we go. Alright. Pretty sure T7 exceeds everything? Yeah, I agree. I think T7 is much better. If you can add armor experimental and seal it and +8 int. I don't think that it's possible. I don't know if it's possible to get +8 int. No, you can't. You can't get +8 int because you need a sealed affix on the item to get a T5 experimental on your glove. which will prevent you from then sealing the prefix experimental so that you can add int. So I don't think it's possible. Because you need to upgrade a prefix, I think, right? To get the experimental, and it has to have a sealed suffix. Yeah, I think it's just like bugged, right? Yeah, I think it's just like broken. You need to port via portrait. Oh! Yeah, you're right. All the loot is gone. What helps more to increase ward? You want a lot of int. You need to stack your int, which gives you ward retention, cast speed, damage, everything that gives you ward. This is actually craftable. If you put another suffix on this, seal the prefix, you could get the experimental. It wouldn't be an S tier glove though, because it wouldn't have any int. Even if we got the craft, it still wouldn't be worth using, which is unfortunate. I guess we can do a boss. Oh, hold on. You don't have enough stability for this. What happens if you don't have enough stability? You can go in if you want. I can sunlock it. It shouldn't be able to kill you. Let's see how much ward we can get. Alright, we've already reached overflow. Oh shit, what the hell? You see the flame rush bug out there? What was that? What is going on? Hello? Game? It's but what? What is happening, dude? Hello? Oh my god, it's so buggy. The game is like extremely laggy right now. I don't know what's happening. I just can't use Flame Rush. It's just bugging out. Hi, good morning. It is night for me. It's currently almost 10 p.m. You don't need T5 mitigation more than +8. Yeah, but you don't get either though. Without the seal, I think you might end up with T3. Oh my god, what is going on? Why is this so laggy? 41 ping. Is that actually just something they broke with the game? Because it's so bad right now? That was really bad. Is it just the boss? Like even my little prism things are bugged out. The lightning is still moving around? Those gloves are uncraftable for the build? What do you mean? I was so close. I was so close to crafting a T7 int. T5, I was so close to crafting the T7 int T5, what was it, experimental armor dot? With a sealed T2 cast speed. And I messed it up. Hey, Muffin Man, what's up? Welcome to the stream, how's it going? Hell yeah, glad to hear it. I guess I can ask how's work going? The question everybody wants to know. Yeah, I'm like completely lagged out right now. I can't even cast a portal. It's not letting me port. Um, what's going on? I might have to just relog. You're likely silently DC'd. That's so strange. I think I'm just gonna relog then. A soft experiment? Yeah. Yeah, it was worth a try. I think it might also just be something to do with party play. So I feel like okay, party yeah, yeah. Look at this. What a cool background though, right? All of the loot from the boss fight I was just in is now like transposed onto the character screen. Is that what's happening? Honestly, I think this looks really cool. You guys should I think this should be the new character screen. Can we keep this? I like it. I didn't realize we'd be doing a live debug. You can craft with T4 mitigation? Yeah, you can actually craft it is possible to craft T7 cast speed, T2 sealed, or no, T7 int, T2 sealed cast speed, and T5 armor mitigation. You can craft that. You just need to have double suffix at like uh, both the same tier, and then you can insight craft it, and it'll let you do it. All right, let's see. I've actually had this before. This isn't the first time. That one looked really cool though, I like it. Would recommend. Yeah, Muffin, I heard you guys were hiring. Hint, hint. I may happen to know C#. Back-end position? That's your team. Yeah, I saw. I was looking. You're the lead back-end engineer. Nice. Yeah, I'm actually a full stack web developer by trade. Except I have had to build some C# applications before. Even though it's a bit out of the, you know, not my expertise, but still a fun project. .NET, nice. Okay. All your stuff is you worked with Unity, right? Unity C#? Nice, yeah. What do you mean about the Omnisneck? LP1 with this build? Omnisneck is an option for this build. Except the problem is that you lose a lot of really valuable affixes on the amulet spot. Like there's very high value affixes that you give up by taking Omnis. All your backend services APIs are also C#. Okay, that makes sense. I guess I'm curious because this game used to be offline only. When you went to online, did you switch to having the game making it's all like network requests for like rolling loot and stuff, right? Like the front end, the client makes requests to the back end to like get that sort of information. Is that how that works? I mean, feel free to just tell me to stop asking questions. I'm just curious about this sort of stuff. Ooh, 3LP. Okay, I got another question. You posted a 3LP twisted heart a while ago. Is that legit? I won't tell anyone, I promise. How is that possible? You have 0 tools in the live game for doing anything? Oh, that's interesting. I guess you don't want to like open up that like is I guess you don't want to like give yourself any tools like open points for tools so that that would make it easier for people to exploit like bad actors. Am I understanding that right? Like it like opening up a potential vulnerability? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, Sushi, if you didn't know, Muffin actually dropped a 3LP Twisted Heart, which is like completely mind-blowing. So I had to kill it, I don't know how many hundreds of times to get my 2LP. This Twisted Heart took so much work. This was like such an insane grind. Totally worth it, but we have all those tools in your internal dev stuff. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Hey, semi-functional, what's up? Hope you had a great stream. Thank you so much for the raid. That's awesome. How are you doing? Hope you're having a great night. Not much. How you doing? Pretty good. We are just playing the Rune Master. Yeah, I find the dev stuff super interesting. Because it makes sense that you would have like what is it? It's like part of your like deploy process. You have like your staging or something has these like access points. And then production just like doesn't, right? Or if you even have a staging. Basically, okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm doing great, thanks. It's Friday night. I just finished my work week, so I'm a happy guy. Staging stuff is correct. Nice. Okay. What are you trying to farm up? Trying to get a better helmet, better chests, better boots. Our rings are done. We got the T7 int on the red ring, so these are finished. The belt, I want a better one. This is still pretty good though. I want better gloves. I mean, all this stuff is like pretty crazy, but it can be better. Yeah, it sounds like your guys' dev stuff is really similar to all the work I've done so far in web applications. I guess kind of the same idea. It's super cool though that like it sounds like your team kind of came together as like a community project and now it's like I mean it must feel really good to see how far the game has come, right? Like to actually have something that you built and now it's like so well received. Like almost everybody that plays the game loves the game. You're actually a baby ADHD. A year. I mean, a year is actually a really long time in the dev world, isn't it? Yours is way better than mine. I mean, I've been at it for a really long time. This character has been through hell and back. And we're at well past 2,000 corruption in our highest timeline, so. Did I look at this pile? I can't even remember. I just have like piles of loot everywhere. If I could make one small request, I don't know if you guys do volunteer work. Can I volunteer to like take on some tickets? Like can I like put up a PR like as a volunteer and add an LP loot filter? I'll do the code for free. We're discussing loot filters? Awesome. Love to hear it. You love being able to control click in the inventory to move everything. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. There's performance impacts the more... Okay, so one thing that I find really interesting about Last Epoch compared to every other ARPG, and maybe you have some insight on this, is every other ARPG, items are not identified until you either identify them with like a wisdom scroll or you pick them up. So like in D4, the items have no role values until you put them in your inventory. In PoE, they don't have any role values until you wisdom them. But in Last Epoch, as soon as an item is on the ground, you have to like determine all this value. Like I'm just wondering, like, is this sustainable? Like, because this is so much information and so much calculation on all of these items being put into the game. And then also, like, I'm guessing that's why the loot explosions after echoes, like they're not like they don't all happen at once. It's like sequential. I'm assuming that's because of performance reasons, right? Because otherwise, like sitting around for 30 seconds while loot pops out of a fountain, like it must be all performance, right? They're thematic? Okay. How they have it itemized in the database. Yeah, yeah, maybe. Players generally enjoy the multiple explosions. Yeah, I could see that. I think it's like one of those things that's really fun, but when you do like a really big echo, I guess it's based on how much stuff you kill or something. Items in the game are actually fully represented by a 18-byte array. Oh, is it just all like a key value ID1 would be like an ID for the affix and then like another number for the role and then maybe like a bool for like whether or not it's sealed or something. Is that all you need? More low level? Okay. Individual bits of bytes in the array do shit. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So oh, okay. That's really interesting. So you've like made it low level enough where it's like probably not readable to a person, but it's really like optimized for memory, right? Like that's probably what you're going for is like the like small payload. Yeah, that is really interesting. Having to look through those loot explosions is a pain in the ass, let's be honest. Yeah, yeah, as Muffin was saying, they are working on the loot filters, which I know that pre 1.0, I think Mike said that the loot filters were not super high priority, but I'm guessing with the introduction of CoF that stance has probably changed, right? Literally looks like this 02. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. Yeah, because CoF just like completely changes everything. Bizarre search improvements. Are you able to share anything about the bizarre search, or is it just like the general quality of life stuff people have been talking about? I mean, I'm guessing that anything that's been announced would probably be all you're allowed to share. Affix searching. Nice, okay. I know that's a big one people have been asking for. Oh, I'll leave. Instead of just tier, it's tier plus. Okay, plus roll quality. When you say roll quality, do you mean like the range within the roll? Is that also something that would be a future addition for loot filters? Because that would be pretty nice. I don't know how that would fall into your performance concerns, though. Sounds like a lot of math. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I know Sushi is really hyped for the market improvements. He'll probably buy you a beer. That seems like something that could be arranged, right? Game Econ is your jam? You worked on the WoW auction house edition for 10 years. Nice. All right. You have all the experience then. That's awesome. So, when you're playing the game, CoF or Merchant Guild? Always Merchant Guild? Ah, that makes me sad. That breaks my heart. I understand though. Here I am just like filtering through crap, and you're just like buying up all the good stuff. Somewhere here, there's another 2LP fundamental that I will take. There it is. Merchant Guild Game Econ wins your heart. Yeah, I understand. That was how I felt when I was a younger man. But now that I'm a old, antisocial, cranky person, I just like to blast. Yeah, yeah. I kind of figured that was coming. Okay, you're old too. I mean, honestly, I feel like everybody in this genre is old. I look at my YouTube analytics, like the age demographic, and it's like completely different from every other genre. Probably also why this genre is so like chill. So we're definitely more seasoned, aged like a fine wine, you know? You have two grandsons. All right, you might have a few years on me then. Yeah, congrats. I might actually be the youngster. I feel like everywhere else I go, I'm the old one, but in this community, Gen Z. two grandsons barely takes more time than one well, I mean, thanks to you can do multi-threading on the grandsons, right? Like that's a multi-threaded process. So you can definitely do that in parallel. Sadly, not for you. Fair enough. Both the same. Okay, yeah. Your wife makes fun of you that you still game. She's 6 years younger than me. Honestly, my wife almost games as much as I do. Not quite, but I don't know if any healthy person games as much as I do. I'm just kidding. Yeah, see, I think that's the way a relationship should be, right? If you can both have different hobbies, that's totally fine. As long as you're okay with each other's hobbies, right? They don't need to be the same hobby. You have a few you do together? Yeah, that's awesome. That's how it should be. Work on Lego sets. Does she also stream? Hey, Digital Dirt, what's up? How's it going? Welcome back. We are having a bit of a late night stream. Usually the true kind shit. I forget if I asked, do you have a stream here on Twitch, Muffin? You do? You still work work for Twitch? Yeah, if all you guys want to throw a follow over to Muffin. Muffin is the true MVP in here. Muffin be bringing you the quality of life last epoch changes that you crave. It took you into your mid-20s to enjoy ARPGs? My first ARPG experience. What was the game even called? It was actually on the PlayStation port. Yeah, the PSP. This probably would have been in the early 2000s. It was called like Brotherhood of the Blade or something. Was that what it was called? I don't even remember. As a kid, I ended up getting StarCraft instead of Diablo. I remember my mom. I'm dating myself at this point. I remember my mom took me to the computer store when those still existed. Now they don't. But anyway, went to the computer store and was, oh, you can pick one game. And there was StarCraft 1 and there was it Diablo 1 or 2? I don't remember. And I picked StarCraft. Regret. Looking back, there's a little bit of regret there. It's okay though. StarCraft was also cool? Yeah, StarCraft was a cool game. Warcraft 1, yeah, I did play Warcraft 1 as well. When I was a kid, it was EB Games. I don't know if they still exist. They might have been bought out by GameStop or something. Can't say I've been to a store like that in a long time though. It's all console games now. I don't think I've seen a PC game in a store for probably the better part of a decade. CompUSA. Yeah, I'm Canadian, so I grew up in a really a small rural town. We didn't really have a whole lot of options. We got stuff a little bit later than a lot of other people. I think there was only a couple computer shops. And I remember a lot of them were really anal about the game ratings. When I was a kid trying to buy like a adult rated games or whatever. And then they wouldn't let me. Good times. You still have your D2 CD. You bought the CD in 2010? Was that like on eBay or something? Or it couldn't have been retail, right? Another 3LP. Alright, did we clear out our prophecies yet? No. These siege golems are so frustrating. Hold on a minute. Alright, let me just bring up this. So I built this tool. I made a video about it recently. But I was getting really frustrated. Where is it? Let's see, what are we looking for? Diamond Matron, where does it spawn? Reign of Dragons, so this does have Diamond Matron. eBay doesn't guarantee you working CD. Oh yeah, true. Okay, so Diamond Matron we can do here. Siege Golem, I'm almost certain. Siege Golem is Reign of Dragons, yes, okay. What else? Void Horror we're not taking. I know that one's not. Mortal Eye is here. And also Outcast, cool. Okay, I think we're okay. Yeah, this is fine. All right. So we just need to clear out the Diamond Matrons and the Siege Golem, and then I can go back to A-Bomb. One of the best. I don't think I've ever heard of Mist. What is Mist? I feel like one of the games that always stands out to me is like a lot of nostalgia was Command and Conquer, the RTS games. Had so much fun playing those as a kid. I feel like I don't really have the patience to play those anymore, but it's always so much fun. It's an atmospheric game, had a puzzle you had to solve. Oh, that sounds pretty fun. Do like me some puzzle games. I guess I'm curious, what is all your guys' most memorable gaming experience? Or like what got you into gaming the first time? I feel like it's so hard for me to even like remember back that far. There's just so many different games. WoW Burning Crusade? Actually, speaking of Burning Crusade, wasn't there a... Wow, what was that game called? Trying to remember. There was another game that had a Burning Crusade expansion. Dawn of War. Right? Dawn of War Warhammer. Was that Burning Crusade? Or no, that was Dark Crusade. I feel like that was a lot of fun. StarCraft Vanilla. Yeah, StarCraft Vanilla was so fun. I feel like Brood War really took it to the next level though. A lot of the stuff they added in Brood War was so much fun. Like the mind control, I think was a Brood War thing. And the little spider dudes, the Zerg, the lurkers. GTA 1 and Netstorm. Wow, GTA 1. I feel like GTA 1 was such a like it was so basic but also like so much fun. I think it was technically before my time, but it was still such a fun game. Gothic. I don't think I've ever played Gothic. You broke your pinky and laptop screen raging playing League of Legends. Oh my god. I can't play League of Legends. The game makes me way too angry. Hydra Siege with Overlord flanks, yeah. Yeah, it was so much fun playing StarCraft. Back then, I didn't even play online because the internet was so terrible. Where I lived, you basically didn't have viable internet connection. So it was pretty much just like LAN or something. Or just like getting together with a group of friends and like all standing around somebody who's playing against like a bot or something. GTA was not as basic as you think. Could you even get out of the vehicle in GTA 1? Or am I thinking of a different game? I might be thinking of Driver, actually. Duke Nukem and Doom. Oh yeah. You prefer to just win with CV units? As a kid, I was always the type of person who would just like build up a giant base and then just attack with a fully maxed army. I guess you would call it a turtle. But if we're being honest, I was just a noob. We can call it a strategy though, but it was just bad play. I thought GTA 1 was Bird's Eye, yeah. But I don't remember. Wolfenstein. Oh man, Wolfenstein. There was a free Wolfenstein on Epic Games recently, and I played some of that. Oh, okay. I think I'm thinking of a different game then. Another one I really enjoyed as a kid was the old Civilization games. I forget what that genre is called. Was it 4X? I think Civ 3 was one of my favorites as a kid. Civ Bros. Hell yeah. Such good games. Oh man, we have Explodey Boys. I should just be rushing through these maps. They're not really worth taking slow. I'm just hunting for prophecy. Fork's the company behind it. Civ 12. Are they on Civ 12 already? No way. I think they were on 6. I didn't really like Civ 6, to be honest. Civ 5 I really enjoyed, and 4, and 3. I never really felt 6. I don't know what it was. We need to disable my preview to get my frame rate back on my OBS. Now I need to get some. I need to get some music going now. You guys are making me feel all nostalgic. You're early at 6 a.m. here. What time is it there? It is 10 p.m. on the west coast of North America. Did I look at all these? Forget. Yeah, I'm feeling like the tooltips are taking longer to show up now. They used to be pretty much instant, but it seems like they're kind of slightly delayed. How does percent work in LE? I mean, armor increase or cooldown speed? The way it works is... Actually, the game guide might even say. A lot of the things in the game generally work the same, like from a math perspective. But basically, if you say you have 100% CDR, it's basically What is the math? I think it is 1 minus, wait, no. 50% or 100% CDR is equivalent to like cutting it in half. I'm trying to remember how they do the math on that. So I think 200% would be 1/3. So it's like what? I don't remember. I don't remember how they do it, but basically like 100% CDR, it doesn't reduce it to 0. It reduces it by half, and then 200% would be down to 1/3, and so on. Clone recovery works on rate, basically. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I guess that's a good way to look at it. Yeah, I think that makes more sense than how I tried to explain it. Where's all the good stuff? Give me my Terran theme. There we go. Oh my. Is cast speed important for this build? Yeah, cast speed is extremely important for this build. It's probably the second most important stat behind intelligence. Intelligence gives cast speed, by the way. I don't think it's the same with attack and cast speed. Well, I mean, I guess if you... Depends how you look at it. The way increases work in this game is that they're all generally added to the same bucket, if you want to view it that way. So like if you have 80% increased spell damage and 80% increased lightning damage, your lightning spells will not do damage times 1.8 times 1.8. It'll be damage times those two added together, so 2.6. Like all of those additive values go together. It's also the same with intelligence too. So like if you have 200 intelligence in my case, which gives me 800% increased damage, then getting another like 100% increased damage, it's actually a pretty small difference. When for a lot of builds it would be somewhat substantial. Just because they work on the same multiplier. I wasn't sure about that, but I did the math on it with some different tests and stuff, and that's how it worked. Oh, this is actually a perfect... Wait, no, 8%'s bottom. No, that's Res. That's a perfect one. Nice. Near perfect spell crit, yeah. So this affix would give you almost 300% spell crit, and it has int on it. It's not bad. Cast speed T7. Show you please the setup for the Frost Thasher. This is my current setup. So to make it work, you need at least 1 point in celerity. You need the points here and the points here to sustain mana, assuming that you have the mana efficiency idols. Otherwise you won't be able to sustain. And then this procs your Nova. Where's all my siege golems? Yeah, no problem. If you type !build, it gives you all the information that you need about my current setup. Should be a chat bot that'll give you the setup. Yeah. We've been adding some commands. Look at us becoming professional little streamers. You need a health build that gives you 20k life? I'm not actually sure if it's possible to get 20k life in the current game. I think you might be able to get like 10,000 or something, maybe, with like a bear. No, it's not. You just honestly, I think if a health build can get almost as much, I don't actually think a health build needs as much ward as a ward build to be as strong. Like, I think you could have, like, half or even a third as much health as ward and then be just as strong, because you get a little bit of leech and you're just instantly full all the time. You have endurance threshold. You have a handful of mechanics that work with health and not ward. So, like, I don't think it's necessarily as bad as people think, but ward is definitely way stronger. Alright. Just, yeah. Yeah, ward is like OP in comparison, 100%. You think you could do 20? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, it's not, it wouldn't be optimal. I think you'd be sacrificing a lot. You could do damage to mana. Is there any meta builds that are actually using damage to mana? I know it used to be pretty good. Although it was also bugged before too. I think you could use endurance on your damage to mana, and then they changed that so it doesn't work anymore. There was a strategy where you could like intentionally not grab any health and then get a bunch of endurance threshold, which meant your full health was endurance threshold. And then you would just do mana and you just tank everything with your mana. But yeah, they changed that. It doesn't work anymore. Endurance threshold? The problem with endurance threshold is that it's a suffix. And if you're stacking health, you need all the suffixes you can get, which also screws a lot of other stuff up too. Congratulate you. You finally reached the 500 damage. Hell yeah, congrats. I'm not sure what you mean by 500 damage, but congratulations. Alright. Oh, corruption. Hell yeah. Let's go. Good job. I never doubted you. Now it's time to get to 1,000. Which sucks because unique setups like that are the reason to play these sort of games. You thought old... Oh, Bazaar. Oh yeah, you're right. Can I even go to the Bazaar? Does it let me in the Bazaar? I've never actually been to the Bazaar before. There's one with Mana Strike, which is that crown. Yeah, 500 is great. That's where you cap out your stability gain. So I think 500 is like the first like really important threshold to get to for corruption. Like anybody who's pushing, if you can get to 500, you're gonna get a lot more loot in general, have a better time. Beyond that, it starts to scale down, but stability is 400? Oh, okay. I thought it was 500, but... Yeah, I agree though. Like I think unique setups where you can like find a way to work around some mechanic and like turn a downside into an upside is like that's what makes these sort of games fun to me. And at least they're not fixing things that are not necessarily bugged until end of season, so it gives us a chance to play around for at least a couple months. But I do think that those things should be fixed, but it's always about like innovation, right? I mean, like think about Formula 1 as an example. Like it's always been a challenge of like engineering and trying to like innovate engineering. And then once they do, they like change the rules and now you have to like find a new way to innovate. Like you always have to continue innovating. Which is like how ARPGs feels. If you want a good build, you have to like continuously innovate. Which I think is a lot of fun. These are 16. So you know what? I think I might do them. Vitality is a prefix though, so you can kind of do both. But yeah, I agree. I don't think it's optimal. If you could scale damage off HP, is there a way? I don't know. I don't think there is, but yeah, that would be pretty nice. I think the problem is that it's so easy to scale ward while scaling damage, but it's kind of hard to scale HP. Like you have to sacrifice a lot to scale HP. Like just as an example, like if you want to get a lot of HP, you have to dedicate your idle slots to HP, which is like pretty painful because a lot of them have a lot of damage that you're giving up. Like I feel like health builds have to sacrifice a lot of valuable affix slots to compete. Doesn't Forge Guard scale? Forge Guard is not in the game. There is no Forge Guard. Yeah, there is the whole healing hands thing, that's true. Who's the Sentinel? Oh man. Bazaar is worth the visit? Alright, fine. I'll go visit the Bazaar. Just for you, I'll visit the Bazaar. It is a very bizarre request, but I'll do it. Can you imagine if I could just sell some of these items? It'd be so nice. Most of these are probably worth nothing though. Forge Guard Sentinel Mastery? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think that there's a Forge Guard in this game. I don't think they ever added a mastery called Forge Guard. I think you might be mistaken. Wait, there's another 2LP somewhere with a pretty nice roll. I'm missing. See, the nice thing about rank 10 is you know if you're missing something. There it is. Alright, we got it. Whoosh. You think the Aragon Refuge 2-hand staff is really strong? Yeah, I was looking at the staff too. It has so many crazy affixes. It has a DR on it and all that other good stuff. I kind of wanted to try and make something work with that staff. I think I have a couple with LP. Could be interesting. Ideas? Honestly, I didn't have anything specific. I just saw the affixes on the item and thought they looked really good. I don't know what you would do with it. Let me take a look. Let's see if anything comes to mind. Another item I really like is the Velatria's set. If only set items were just a little bit stronger. Might be fun. Alright, let's see. Aragon? How do you spell it? Aragon. Do I have a 2? No. Current mana gained is ward when you cast a fire spell. Yeah. I'm thinking some like insane cast speed. Mana stacker. It doesn't even say direct cast either, right? Could you do this with Fire Frostclaw? It doesn't say direct cast. So I'm thinking if Frostclaw is fire, then you get 5 casts, right? Does that work? Hmm. Yeah, this is pretty strong. And you get the Flame Ward thing. Flame Ward's pretty cool. If you have at least, it's like free DR all the time, 20 int. Actually, let's see. Hades music pie. Hell yeah, Hades music's great. on a minute. I'm gonna get myself killed here real quick, but I need skill points back. Just want to test something. Oh no, I have no points. Okay, it's fine. There we go. Alright. So this is Fire Frost Law, that's when you cast a fire skill. It's only direct cast. It doesn't work. Sad. Ugh. It says when you cast a fire spell, but it's only working on direct cast. You can see my ward value. Unless it's like really small. Maybe. No, I'm pretty sure it's only direct cast. Unless it's like almost not noticeable. Yeah, I don't think it's... Yeah, it's kind of sad. Well, I think this has really good synergy with cast speed. So you want to cast as much as you can. And I think another thing that you might be able to combine it with, I don't know how you could make it work, but the immolators maybe? If you could somehow... The roll is low? Yeah. If you could somehow combine this with immolators, it wouldn't work with the current Frostclaw setup because I have Bright Frost, but if I took out the Volley of Glass, then you might be able to get something. It's just really hard to stack it up. It is a low roll, you're right. I might have a better one. Here's a 19. Actually, I think it does work. You can see it goes up a little bit. It does go up a little bit. I have very little mana, but... It slightly goes up, maybe. The other one had... I'm not casting Flame Ward. I'm using the current mana gained as ward when you cast a fire spell. You thought about another meteor belt? You're talking about the... I'm blanking on the name. The cock one. Cast on crit? You talking about this? I think this might be hard. If you're doing a bunch of cast speed, it might be hard to get your deal with mana. You could get some crazy DR though. If you stack this with the DR on this, and this is on crit as well, so you could even run the Nova setup on your Frostclaw. So you're doing the Nova, and I think you might be able to run the Unity Crest as well. I don't know if there's synergy there. The Unity Crest could be interesting. Gives you more crits, more meteors. I don't know if those would count as fire casts as well. They might... It seems like this is direct cast, but I'm not really sure. Either way, it's that's a question for another day, I think. 40% DR, yeah. You might be able to use red rings as well. I feel like these are probably usually worth it if you have the attributes. Mana sustain is hard. Yeah, mana sustain is really hard. That is the problem with the meteor thing. You need some way to work around that. My shit is all messed up, isn't it? Alright, let's go fix our stuff. Oh my god, rip my mana. At least it's fast releveling. Any way to use the Unity Crest in this build? Not really. Yeah, you can. You can drop Prismatic Gaze, but you lose so much of your crit that it's probably not worth it. I'll show you after the map what I mean. I don't have my Novas on. My damage is actually not even that bad without my Novas, which is how I apply Spark Charge. I'm surprised. Can actually kill stuff at 2000 corruption with no Nova. It's pretty interesting. You feel so stupid? Oh no. What have you done? I mean, don't feel too bad. I also wasn't really aware of how it worked until recently. Maybe Unity plus Dragwrath does work. But with the ladle build, it doesn't. But the thing is, though, is even if you don't need to use Prismatic Gaze, so like, look at my crit chance right now. We have 99% spell crit. If I take Prismatic Gaze, we're down to 50. So like, for the ladle setup where you don't get base crit on your ladle or from your catalyst, you need the Prismatic Gaze to cap your crit. But if you're not going to use Prismatic Gaze, personally, I think you should use the Barboot. Because this helm gives you a bunch of ward per second, which is not that big of a deal. But it also gives you an extra 13 int, which is a T7 roll. And it has almost 300 armor. It has 280 armor, which we're currently stacking. And it's not too bad to get 2 LP on. Versus the Prismatic Gaze, or the Unity Crest, which gives DR, but it doesn't give the int. Do you think armor per Aegis Shield in Spellblade Tree would also apply for DR over time? Per Aegis Shield. Oh, you wanted to do easy mode? You completed them on a... Oh, rip. I mean, it's not a waste. The corruption bonus isn't that big. But yeah, it's definitely preferable to do them in higher corruption. I agree. Identical to your helm. Well, you have a pretty nice helm then. Let's check the Spellblade. So, what I've recently learned is that the armor in your character sheet, this is what applies for the mitigation value on the experimental affix. So the glove affix here, this glove affix does not work on any of your like hidden multipliers, like static shell, for example. Like you see static shell gives you the armor multiplier against shocked enemies. This doesn't actually work for this, which is like a huge bummer. But anything that does add to your character sheet, it should work. $600 encryption, you get 2 times acid data, 4 LP. Yeah, I mean, if it's 4 LP, it's a 4 LP. Yeah, if it gives stat armor, I think you're good. Which I'm thinking I might end up dropping static shell at some point, because of that reason alone. But I don't even have an armor mitigation glove worth using yet, so it's not like it makes any difference. Not really missing out on anything. You know what? I'm tired of farming this timeline. We have everything we need in here except the stupid siege golem. I guess I'll leave it. Maybe I'll get it eventually. I think we got everything else. It's only the siege golem. I'm just gonna get rid of it. Whatever. Let's go refill our prophecies. Your current has 3% base. Yeah, I think you really need a 4. Siege Golem is easy to find. Yeah, it is easy to find, but not in the timeline that I want to do. I'm trying to push Corruption and follow the Outcast, and Siege Golem doesn't spawn there. You can just do the quest echo, but I don't want to farm them one at a time. It's kind of a pain. I just get favor so fast that it's easier for me to just delete the prophecy and get another one than it is to actually complete it. So I might as well just delete it. Yeah, I feel like I probably wouldn't even bother rolling a non 4% crit, to be honest. I mean, maybe I'm a little bit picky. It probably depends on how progressed your build is, but I don't slam things that are not either perfect int or perfect base crit. Like anything that I'm prioritizing, if it's not perfect, I won't slam it. Unless it's like something really crazy, like a 3 LP Strand of Souls, then I'd probably slam it. That's different. Exile Gloves from Siege to the Wall. If I wanted unique gloves, I could probably just run glove, but I don't. Boots from Mage. Yeah. Yeah, I did put out a video on all the events, though, for prophecies recently. If you're curious where they all spawn, there's a calculator that can help you with that. I was getting pretty annoyed trying to find them, so I just made a calculator. You're focusing on daggers? Yeah, if you got a 4 LP Dragareth, that would be pretty lucky. I think 4 LP is really hard to find. I farmed a lot of them. Well, not those specifically. I was farming daggers for my warlock. And I only dropped 3 LPs out of... I don't know. I have a lot of daggers. The marksman bomb is so bugged. Is it even bugged, or are the numbers just crazy? You're talking about the dive bomb. I think the numbers might just be crazy. It could also be bugged. Numbers alone shouldn't be enough. It's like Meteor has really high scaling and it's not that strong. There must be something going on there, right? You have 6 times 3 LP? And 1 4 LP was a random... Yeah, one of my 1 LP red rings was actually a random drop too. It was really weird. I bricked it, but still weird. If 3-second kill shade on 5k is not a bug. It could be a bug, but I'm not aware. I'm not aware of any bugs if it is. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe we're just waiting for somebody to make a video on a bug. Maybe I'll try and find a bug for the build and then make a video. Can you imagine? People would hate me so much if I just got their build nerfed, just for the fun of it. Red ring is awesome, yeah. Yeah, I got so lucky. To be fair though, I did drop like 36 red rings and only 3 were 1 LP. So I made up for my RNG on the slams. You run unstable core still? 100 crit, 82 crit multi. I think that unstable core is actually completely fine. I don't even think it's a problem at like 3000 plus corruption. I think that I may have overvalued the static shell. We have a guy in the Discord that's 3000 corruption with unstable core. 3500 armor. Hey, Weed Money Man, what's up? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. You feel like I deserved those slams? I don't know. I had just gotten lucky with my 2 LP Twisted Heart like the day before, and then right after I slammed. I feel like I didn't deserve that much RNG. I'll take it though. You can 100% run unstable core though, and I might even switch back to unstable core. Did deserve. Oh my god. You're still here? How are you still awake? I'm impressed. Hey, you don't have to apologize to me. Apologize to your body. Yeah, 3500 armor is pretty solid. I think you could probably get higher though, but it's still really good. I'm kind of actually thinking that I'm thinking that the core of the mountain chest might be potentially S tier. Responded to about your ward situation. I don't remember the question. Did we end up figuring out the issue? Or you were asking about how to generate more word, right? Foot of the Mountain might be best in slot. I'm thinking Foot of the Mountain could actually be best in slot, yeah. Potentially. In high corruption, you don't really need the move speed as much. It was a playstyle issue? Yeah, if you're just running into everything face first, then you'll be taking a lot more damage than you need to. Losing move speed, I don't actually think is that bad, to be honest. I don't think it's a big deal in high corruption. Especially if you're going defense, you're gonna be attacking stuff a little bit more anyway. And then every time you're done attacking, your flame rush should be up. If you have really high int, you're gonna have a lot of cooldown from that too. Yeah, playstyle does actually make... Oh, what? I'm actually recording and streaming at the same time. Oh no. No wonder I was so laggy. How did I do that? What? Oh, I must have misclicked. Thanks for responding first. Yeah, no problem. I do my best. Sometimes it's hard to answer every question, but I try. 1,000 corruption users kicker. Yeah, I think that was sort of like a proof of concept. You definitely have to adjust your playstyle a little bit though. You have T5 armor, T7 CDR in your Blood of the Exile. Yeah, I think they're both good affixes, but I don't think they can compete with intelligence. Int is just so important. I feel like, honestly, I would probably take a 1 LP perfect roll with int over a 2 LP with anything else. Like, I actually think a 1 LP is better. Like, int is just that high value. I think it's better than 2 of any other affix. Maybe I'm overvaluing int a little bit, I'm not sure, but it's definitely really important. You're currently at level 9. Any tips for leveling the build? I think just prioritize getting everything to a decent point. Like, focus on getting all your items with 0 LP first, and then start worrying about LP. Like, don't worry about getting LP red rings until you have everything else. Just like look at the LP chance of all the different items, and then prioritize the things that are easier to get. You'll just find it a lot easier to gear your character that way. You want int on it, maybe armor or move speed? Personally, I would take CDR over move speed. I've actually almost completely deprioritized move speed. Over 1,000 hours played, no red rings ever. Oh my god. To be honest, I recently reached 1,000 hours played, and I think for my first 1,000 hours I didn't get any red rings either. And now I have about 36 of them. Should be almost. CDR makes us move faster, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's kind of my thought process too. Come on, give me the good stuff. Rolling these is so painful. I wish you could, like, mark certain ones as like shitty, so that I don't have to like actually eyeball every single one of them. Oh, okay, we're good. All right, we have like 800,000 favor worth of prophecies. They should all be poppable. I think we're good to go. I just have the siege golem. I thought I canceled this. Didn't I delete this? You guys saw me delete this, right? Am I imagining that? Could have swore I deleted it. What was your third? I didn't delete it? Oh, I thought I did. What was my third lens? In this case, I'm using unique because I'm looking for unique helm, unique chest, and unique boots. So unique is actually the best. Yeah. I did make a video recently on the optimal lens setup. Let me just show that spreadsheet real quick. I have a lens calculator here in my spreadsheets that you can put in your rank, lens, 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 and this will help you determine what the most efficient lens is based on what prophecies you want. So check out this. Here, I'll link the sheet. There, yeah, check that sheet out. All right, back to Outcast. I decided to keep it. Well, I changed my mind. Now I don't want it. I don't know why I decided to keep it. I don't remember. What is my favorite timeline? I think my favorite timeline is whatever one gives me a boss drop that I want. I already have the 2LP Twisted Heart. I do actually really like Reign of Dragons as a timeline. I think the boss is like super easy, and in general the echoes are not bad. Unless you find how to do dark mode. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. Here you go. See? Easy. Dark mode. Alright, let's go. What do you think about Belt of the Communion plus stun? Wait, hold on a minute. We've actually been talking about stun in the Discord quite a bit as a defensive option, and it seems like it's really strong. Also blind. We have a guy, actually. Hold on, let me bring this up real quick. The #1 mage player in Arena right now is a guy in our Discord. Wait, this is Legacy. Hold on. You hate the timelines of lots of skeletons? Yeah, the block is so annoying. Wait, what is going on? Oh, it's all class. Hold on, Mage. Yeah, so we might be able to, yeah. We can stun lock, exactly. Yeah, so this guy right here, this guy is in our community Discord, and he actually streamed this arena push. I should have recorded it and put it up as a video, but he's running a variation of this build, where he took a little bit of stun and a little bit of blind, and he was using that with pretty much the same build, a few changes, but yeah, he pushed all the way to rank 1 mage with it, so it's definitely really, really strong. I think he was using... he was either using Unstable Core or Ominous, because he needed +1 from something. But yeah. Oh, the belt. I forgot to even... Sorry. Shell plus Omnis? I don't think he needed both. I think he only needed one of them. So he was using a +4 Twisted Heart, I think. Where did I put my communion belts? It's in here somewhere. More damage? Oh, more damage to stunned. This is not bad. If you got a really, really good one, I think it might be okay. Armor, mana spent gain is ward, more damage to stun. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it though. We get so much value from this. Maybe if you got like an amazing roll on your Weaver, it might be okay. Alright, let's go into this Echo for the 5th time. I don't actually like Omnis that much though. Jolra Helm works wonders. The Insomnia or whatever. What is it called? Never actually looked at that helm. I really want to do Core of the Mountain though. Oh shit, it's the fire. Is Overcharge any good for our build? I don't remember. I'm gonna have to look at it. I don't think so. These fire dudes are extremely deadly in high corruption, by the way. Sorry, I'm just trying to avoid the... Not reading chat right now, I'm trying to avoid the ground circles from the red exploders. So those are extremely deadly. Basically one-shot me. Healing Hands farms Lightless really well. I figured the Healing Hands is probably a little bit slow, isn't it? Do you get a lot of move speed? You get stun duration chance, ward retention on the Jolra helmet. Oh, actually, that might be... No, I feel like you give up too much though for your helmet slot. I think helmet is way too valuable. +6, yeah. Yeah, +6, sure. Yeah, I don't think it's viable. What is my IRL job? I am a full stack web developer / software engineer. So it's there's some amount of transferable skills between spreadsheets and what I do. I'm more comfortable writing code though than working in spreadsheets. I think I'm done picking up 2LP fundamentals. I have way too many. I don't have room for all these. So many uniques. Yeah, this isn't even a big pop either. We're just getting started. It's a pretty small one. $130 armor, 18 to 36 stun duration, increased stun chance. That's actually not bad. It's really hard to get LP on it though. I don't even think 2LP would be... 2LP would be pretty hard. And you can't target farm, yeah. Yeah, that's a huge problem. Maybe if you were a merchant guild and it was like cheap, then you could consider doing it. But as CoF, I don't think so. You work with data lakehouses, totally understand. Always respect a good spreadsheet. Yeah, I like a good spreadsheet. I've been making spreadsheets for my IRL stuff for a long time. I like have a spreadsheet for my budget and my all my finance stuff is all spreadsheeted. And a lot of my other like day-to-day life stuff is spreadsheeted. It's nice to have spreadsheets. Alright, let's do the boss. Alright, here's a fun tip for you guys. I usually bring this up on stream, but make sure to put a portal down before you kill the boss. Because you get extra loot. Also, the soul vessels in this map count as bosses for prophecies. So, see how many prophecies we dropped here. Just from the boss. You hate clicking mouse outside a game? Yeah, I did that a few times. Click onto the other screen by accident. It works even after you kill the boss. Yeah, it does work on this timeline because there's a dialogue, but it doesn't work on the other timelines. So I try and make a habit of doing it before the boss. Otherwise I forget. Flame Rush is really bugging out right now. I don't know what's going on. All the boss fights are getting really laggy for me. I don't know what's been going on with the boss fights, but they've been extremely laggy. Alright, we have a lot of uniques here. 1 LP. Spreadsheets are a lot of clicking. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, they are. Definitely true. I don't really mind though. I mean, it's either I'm looking at spreadsheets that have data organized in a way I like, or I have third-party tools like Tunk Labs or whatever. So either way, I'm clicking out of the game to get the information I need. So it might as well be something that I've made in a way I like. Use Excel over the calculator on your PC all the time? That sounds a bit excessive, but I can respect that. I have done that before, if my math is like slightly more complicated. Alright, it's always hard to remember which ones I've already looked at. I think we got all these. Yeah, there's nothing here. It feels like cheating? I mean, with the amount of time I spend mousing over loot, not using the filter trick, I mean, you can. I don't like using it while I'm like mid-process though. Or do you mean the show? I guess I could do the show thing. Yeah, I could do that. Looks like it's mostly helmets though. All this like reading makes my eyes water. It's so painful to just like manually sort through all these because there's no LP filter. We did have an EHG dev in the chat earlier, and he was saying that they're working on the filter improvements though. So that is pretty exciting news. You prefer the history? The Windows 11 calc has history. Windows 11 sucks though. Oh man. That's spicy. I cannot stand Windows 11. All the stupid new stuff. Two LP Life's Journey? Pretty sure I already have a 3 LP Life's Journey. So we'll take that. Pretty sure I dropped a 3 just not long ago. Yeah, I just dropped a 3. It's not a great roll though, is it? I guess it's okay. Oh, I did forget. Oh no. I forgot. See, this is why I don't do it. I forgot to look at the rest of the loot. Alright, well. We're gonna do the recolor thing now. This sort of works. This is another alternative. Whatever. There was no highlighted stuff, so I probably didn't miss anything important. I'm pretty sure you're referring to an announcement they made before 1.0. And since they've added CoF, there's been a lot of community complaint about the lack of LP filters. How do you highlight certain uniques like unstable core? I'll show you. This is the filter for unstable core. Filter for body armor of type unique, rarity unique, of subtype arcane regalia, and then you can also put the level requirement too if it's like a certain level, like red ring. So there's a few different ways you can do different. It's like, here's my red ring, it's above level 79 silver ring. Doing it with affix? Yeah, affix doesn't... It's only like actual affixes, not... The unique things are not affixes. Reach 3k? You did? Or are you telling me to? You were stuck on Windows 8 for like 5-7 years. Yeah. Windows 8 wasn't that bad in hindsight. I think it was okay. People were really upset about it when it first came out. But it ended up being okay-ish. With the newest patch, if you do what is showing, do not duplicate them? Is it bugged? I feel like this latest patch added a few bugs. There's some weird stuff going on with Flame Rush. A few other things. 3LP. You use XP, move to 7, then to 10, skip Vista. You skipped the good ones then. Or, I mean, you skipped the correct ones, I should say. I remember Vista was, I think Vista ended up being okay in the end. What corruption do you have to try at, otherwise you die? Well, I don't know. This is my highest corruption timeline. I'm a little bit laggy right now. Holy... Actually extremely laggy. So I might die. Yeah, I figured. Was lagging really badly there. I don't know what's going on. I think Flame Rush is bugging out. My ping is fine. I don't know why it's causing issues. Yeah, I almost died on a boss earlier. Which is rarely an issue. I don't know what's going on with that. Shift. Right now I'm stuck in place. I can't actually move. Okay, now I can. Yeah, there's some shit going on right now with the servers. The new patch is bad, hot take. I agree. I think it's been pretty bad. I don't know what's up with the lag. So you were cakewalking it. Yeah, in general it is a cakewalk. I'm at 2500 corruption right now, and usually it's completely easy. But something changed in the last patch, and I've been lagging pretty badly. Sometimes I just get stuck in place and I can't move or attack. And then I die, obviously. Which is what happens when you can't move or attack. See, these color filters need to be below my other color filters. Let's move these. You're running Wraithlord at 400? Yeah, you can easily run Wraithlord into the thousands. There are people at multiple thousand corruptions with Wraithlord. It's a really strong build. Alright, let's see, maybe my... I'm still kind of... See how my ward value is only refreshing like once a second? Normally it's a really smooth value, but there's some packet loss going on right now. If you look at my ward, you can see it's sort of choppy. Like see the number here? That's how you can tell there's a lot of lag. I feel like it's updating like maybe 3 times a second. Which is it's not great. Noticed on the stream? Is my stream lagging? Is it my internet? Internet seems like it should be okay. I think it's the game. Pretty sure it's the game. 4 LP? Oh my god. This is what I get as a 4 LP. Is it at least a good roll? We were talking about this earlier in the Discord. It's definitely a game thing? Okay. That's 3 LP Veil Root, sure. I'll take it. Another chess piece that I think could potentially be good I think Lizard was talking about it, was the Prism Wraps. It seems kind of interesting. A lot of LEDR. Another 4LP. You started the game as an Echo Warpath. Yeah, I think Warpath is a lot of fun. I just don't think it's like a very strong build, which is unfortunate, as I like Warpath. I really want Warpath to be a good skill. It's just hard to make it work in high corruption. Prison Wrap's a lot of leech. Yeah, above a certain amount of leech though, with how much damage we do, it doesn't actually matter though. Like we do way more damage than necessary to cap our leech. You daily drive Windows 11 Mac. Windows 11 is solid. I feel like there's just a lot of extra bloat every time. Copilot, whatever. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. Yeah, this is definitely really laggy. Look at the bear running in place as I point to my screen, as if you guys can see that. This is so bad. Prism Reps is pretty much going all in Twisted Heart conversion. It doesn't actually matter though. We leech faster than Twisted Heart converts. Like, getting more leech, I don't think it would actually give us more Twisted Heart conversion. Because the leech rate is based on the damage you do over X seconds. Like, you leech that percentage over a fixed amount of time. So more damage seems like you leech faster. Like, I didn't see anywhere there being a cap. Sorry for spamming. No. You're not spamming. We're all just having a good time in here. Gotta head out. Have a great night. You too. Hope you have a good night, and thanks for dropping in. Done for today. Good night. Thank you for dropping in. As always, and thanks again, a huge one, for the all these color filters. These were all made by Ice Apfel. So yeah, huge thanks. Bear's doing moonwalk, yeah. I've seen some people go out of their way to stack health to get more Twisted Heart conversion, but I don't think that that's worth it. It is a thing though. Might be worth it for a different build. I don't think it's worth it for us. We're already pretty tight on our suffixes. Or affixes in general. Just hard to make that work. Yeah, let's do an arena. Whoa, where is my alert? What is that? I'm not seeing it. Oh, thank you so much for the super weed money. That must be the weed money that you're sending me. But yeah, thank you so much. That's huge. I'm just trying to get my stream work. I'm like, where is that notification? I just hear the sound. I'm like all confused. Yeah, thank you so much. I hope my animations are working. I just added them today. Oh my god, this lag. Do you see me teleporting? Why is it so bad? Why do I have 100 ping on US West? You're 35 and this account is like day 2 of YouTube. Time makes a fool of us all. Fair enough. You are right. Peace out, yeah. Have a great night. Background download? No, I have nothing. It's not my internet. The heart never drops for you? You log into a different server? Yeah, you could be right. That could be worth a try. Oh my god. What? This is not what 100 ping should look like, though. Like, for all of you guys who are playing on 100 ping, it's not normally that bad. Like, there's something else going on here. Let me do a speed test real quick. Yeah, 800 corruption without hard that's really unusual. Like something is wrong there. Alright, I'm doing a speed test. Okay. My down is super stable. Okay, I have 325 down. Not great, but it's really stable. And we're at 100 up. Also stable. It's not my internet. My internet's fine. My latency is really good. Also stable. Yeah, it's the game. It's not my internet. I can just do a normal leave game. I think it might connect me to a different instance. I'm not exactly sure how their matchmaking system works, but it could be worth a try to relog. Just in general. I'm watching the YouTube videos on the side while at work. Build is pushing you to actually dig deep into the game. Hell yeah, I love to hear it. You love the chase items and slow upgrades to go for. Yeah, I think if that's what you enjoy, then CoF is kind of like the perfect addition to the game. So I feel like that slow upgrade and progression is kind of what's made 1.0 so fun for me. That's probably why I'm still playing and going so hard into it. So sometimes it starts stuttering super badly and you have to restart. Yeah, that's the memory leak. I'm pretty sure that's a known issue. Been laggy for the past few days, connection issues. Yeah, it's definitely been a lot worse than usual. You have 100 MS on US East? What do you normally have? It felt 10 times better. Yeah. Yeah, I don't normally have 100. This is much worse than usual. I'm gonna try connecting. I'm gonna try connecting to US East. Single monolith only reaching that high rests are still normal? Yeah, that's how I did it too. I pushed Reign of Dragons to like 2000 and then I switched. All my other monoliths are... most of them are normal corruption. Let's see, US West, let's try... I actually have lower ping to US Central right now. Let's try connecting to Central. You took your build, how can you manage your mana? I have a spreadsheet for that. Here you go. Here, I linked the spreadsheet in the chat. This is the mana cost calculator. Just go to the file and then make a copy, and then you can put in your values and it'll help you figure out your mana sustain. Ideally, you want to have at least 1 point into the mana efficiency, and you want to have probably 1 point in celerity, a couple idols. Yeah, and I'll also link you guys the build. This is my build cheat sheet. This is all the information about the build, including the guides and the loot filter. So if you want to try the build out, go here. yeah, back to the game. As always, let me know if you have any questions about the build. I'm happy to help. You might have to drop some Frostclaw bounce nodes before you manage to solve your... No. Absolutely cannot drop Frostclaw bounce nodes. You need the bounce nodes for mana sustain. The main thing for Frostclaw mana sustain is the Gift of Winter here. This is the entirety of our mana sustain. And it gives you 12 mana back on cast. And these nodes here are actually, they count as cast. So this might actually be a bug, but these can also recover your mana. So just going to the sheet real quick, you can see here in the mana calculator, if I unspec Ever Onward, I go from a net loss of, or rather a net gain of 0.42 mana. If I unspec it, I'm now at a net loss of 5 mana per cast. If I uncheck the other one, I'm now at net -10 per cast. Here, -13. So you actually need these for mana sustain. It's really important. So I'm talking about these 3 nodes here. Very important. What's your favorite character for you? This one. 100%. This is my favorite character ever. Hey Aeon, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Should it take more than 2 months to take the gear up to 90% if you play consistency? I mean, you have to consider that the level of gear that I have right now is really extreme. Like, this is not the normal gear you need to play endgame. This is just me min-maxing. If you want to get like this level of gear, then you're probably going to have to put a lot of time in. But to just get this character to like 1,000 corruption, or even 2,000 corruption, yeah, I have double red ring with D7 in. And I have a 2LP Twisted Heart with double prefix. Like, this gear is generally like really crazy for CoF. But I made a budget guide where I did 1,000 corruption with no LP items and no red rings. That's on my channel. Yeah, this gear is nutty. Do you do arena with it? Me personally, no. I don't do arena, but the number one mage in Cycle right now is a guy in our Discord. Can you beat Bina? Yeah, easily. Wait, hold on. Wait, this guy right here. This is a guy in our Discord who is running basically this build with a few changes, and his gear is actually worse than mine. But this is pretty much the exact build I'm running. And he doesn't have LP. I don't think he had LP red rings, and I don't think he had a 2LP Twisted Heart. And he was missing a few other slams, and he still got rank 1. So it's definitely really strong. How hard would Omnis be to get to drop in low corruption? It's pretty hard to get Omnis. Where to get the +3 Frostclaw? You can get +3 Frostclaw from the Exalted Relic Prophecy. He has a 2 LP, but missed the second half. Okay, so basically a 1 LP then. Maybe you should push dungeons a little more than monos? No, dungeons are not efficient. Dungeons are not worth your time. If you want to get a lot of items, then you should push monos. Check out Amulet on your Rimmaster? Sure, give me 1 second. After this. Everyone in top 10 is running that build? Yeah, I bet. I think Bina's build is really good, honestly, and I think Bina probably could have pushed further. His gear was really crazy when he ran, though, because he was Merchant Guild. I'm playing CoF right now, so my gear could be better than it already is. He got sick of pushing? 100%. Yeah, I totally think he could have pushed further. I'm not actually sure which build would be better in, like, deep into endgame. I think this build with the stun setup is extremely defensive. And if you're also running blind on hit, it basically makes it so the ranged enemies are never hitting you between stuns and blinds. It's really hard to die. You can also run Core of the Mountain for intermittent invulnerability. He freezes everything, sure, yeah. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I think both builds are probably fine. Just how much effort you wanna put in. Some PoE type clear and movement. This isn't even a particularly speedy build. This is like more of a tank. You could definitely be a lot faster, but yeah, it is a really strong build. There are not many builds in the game that are as strong as this right now. You sit on one side of the arena and just push claw? Yeah, that's what you can do with this build too. The guy who got rank 1 with this setup, he was using Frozen Malice. So with his stun on hit, he was auto-targeting all the monsters and stunning them, and then also blinding them. Even though I don't think Frozen Malice is generally good for the stun locks, it's pretty good option. You just have to invest so much into it to use it because of the mana issue. It's pretty good though. I do think that in general for your arena it's best to stand in the bottom and then aim up because you can see further up than you can down. And then it's easier to get more coverage. And you can see enemies coming from further away. Yeah, this does kind of feel a little bit like PoE, doesn't it? With how much shit drops on the ground. Except on PoE it was all just rare items. How much lower DPS? It would reduce DPS quite a lot. The thing about Nova that makes it really important for this build is it's how we apply spark charges. And with the Enigma, you get +2 lightning damage flat per int, and we're currently running 203 intelligence. So we're very int stacked. Without Nova, you would be losing a huge amount of your damage. Although earlier, when I screwed up my Frostclaw, I was actually without Nova spect, and I was still able to clear 2500 corruption without much issue. So I think that we don't actually need it. My gloves? Oh yeah, I have T7 int, T7 shred gloves with 20 intelligence. These are not actually best in slot, by the way. What is the boot drop? This is a prophecy proc. This is what endgame CoF looks like when you're running monoliths. This is pretty normal at this point in the game for me playing CoF. Get a lot of boots. Can you press F11? I don't actually know if I can press F11. Okay. I have VSync on, so it's locked to 60. Two OP Dragon, sure. 20 Weaver's Will, sure. There should be another 20 Weaver here somewhere. Because they are all duplicated with CoF rank 10. There it is. Thank you so much for the follow, guys. I appreciate it. Did I look at everything? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you can see my frame rate drop to like 5 FPS there when the loots pop out. Oh my god, what have I done? Oh no. Yeah, you can see how much my frame rate drops. These are 4% base crit. This is worth taking. Okay, let's look at the body armors first. Yeah, so for those of you wondering, the basis of high corruption with CoF is every map you do, every echo you do, gives you like 10,000+ favor. So getting like, yeah, I spent 800,000 favor, and getting 800,000 favor is actually like pretty fast at this level of corruption. Like I do this pretty often. This is probably like a few hours of farming to get 800,000. I feel like I should add Bone Clamor to my filter for highlighting. Bone Clamor is really good. None of this stuff we want. All of this goes to the trash. Okay, now the boots. And I think we're good. Ugh. No problem. 5 FPS. Anything under 60 FPS generally feels really terrible on any PC game. It's not even just like visually bad, there's like the responsiveness is much worse. "75% of my time is spent staring at items." Yeah, seems like that. Oh my god. Yeah, it's hard to replicate this until you push corruption. I'm standing far away so that if I get another loot pop, it won't be on top of the one I already dropped. In case you're wondering why I'm off-screening right now. You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. Or however that meme goes. Alright, helmets. What is this? We have a bow over here, we don't care. Yeah, I just close that. I just feel like somebody's sitting at the slot machine and just like pounding the button over and over until something good pops out. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, there was a dev in chat earlier talking about the they're working on some loot filter upgrades. So I'm hoping that maybe in 1.1 we'll have something that will help with this. Because right now I feel like this is unacceptable. The main issues is that I can't filter for specific uniques, which is a huge problem. And I also can't filter for LP, which is a pretty big problem now with CoF being introduced to the game. Before CoF, this wasn't really a big deal. But now, as you can see, this is really bad. Like, this is not acceptable. What is the best strategy after finishing Empowered Monoliths? You just push Corruption, yeah. In general, the most rewarding thing you can do would be to push Corruption. There's nothing really like else in the endgame that helps scale your rewards like Corruption does. But you can see, like, at this point in the game, I'm dropping uniques basically constantly, and they're always, well, most of the time, 95% of the time, they're crap. Use level and item, yeah, I have that filter too. I have, like, specific filters here for certain uniques, at least the important ones. Otherwise, I just have some generic color filters to help me quickly identify which is which. I think these should be more different. Yeah, there we go. There's very limited stuff you can do for filtering. It's pretty unfortunate. Oh. Okay, this is a Venom Spire map. Need to be pretty careful. Venom Spires can potentially kill me. Not letting us LP filter? Yeah, it is torture, 100%. Do you notice a difference in loot between 1K and 2K? Yeah, I think there is a noticeable difference. It seems like there's a lot more uniques, and of the uniques, they are LP more often. The biggest difference between 1000 and 2000 Corruption is that you get twice as much favor. And most of your uniques as CoF come from favor. Oh. You can see the Poison Shrine hit me there for a sec. Does a lot of damage. Yeah, even if you can recolor, you still need to look at them all. Exactly. You can do some highlighting of, like, important stuff, but you can't really, like, determine guaranteed whether or not it's something you want to loot just with the filter. That's really problematic. Keep in mind, I'm also streaming, which removes some of my frame rate too. Normally it wouldn't be this bad, but it's pretty hard to play this build while also streaming. You need a pretty good computer. Also, the game not being very optimized. It's definitely an issue. Alright, I think we're good. Should be getting a shade pretty soon. Also, if you're not high corruption yet, definitely focus on the XP tome echoes, because that gives you a bunch of favor too, which means more uniques if you're playing CoF. You saw, I don't know if you guys saw, but maybe like 10 minutes ago, I showed my favor and it was like mid 200s or something, and now we're at 330. Gained almost 100,000 favor in that time. These are all low roll. Not worth it. Would be nice to get a shade in tonight before I go to bed. Hold on. Nice to see you live. Keep up the good content. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's really, really late for me, so I would not normally be on at this time. It is past midnight. Well, yeah, thanks for dropping in. Probably should go to bed before I start chain dying as I fall asleep. For now, I think we're okay. I missed a mage over there. This map is really annoying. and pathing. It's not a bad amulet. Not for my build. Alright, XP tomes, nice. Oh, we actually have a boss? Your first coffee of the day? Yeah, I feel like I'm catching all the morning folks. I think most people in North America are asleep right now. As I should be. I would like to get a shade before I go to bed, but I don't know. %20 stun chance. Alright. So this is an interesting tech that I think some people have been talking about. Let's see. Let's try this. Do you give up on the mountain chest? I didn't give up on it. It's just something that I don't know if I want to grind on stream. So I think people would find it pretty boring. Florida's still awake. Should be as well. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, what, 4 in the morning for you? Or something. EU here, 9 a.m. Is it 9 a.m. after you've slept? Or is it 9 a.m. from last night? Oh my god, frame rate. Come on. Slept. Nice. Alright, so you guys have a proper sleeping schedule? I actually started work at 6 a.m. today, and it is now midnight, so it has been a very long day for me. Worked from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. Then I worked on my stream, and then I streamed until now. We are a little bit tired. Wait, hold on. I want to keep this. Trying out the stun tech. So we have another boss. You're doing a migration tonight? Gonna be a long one? At least you get the overtime, right? Time and a half or whatever. You manage to sleep roughly 5 to 6 hours every night? I feel like that's been me the last bit. Salary? Oh man, feels bad. It's actually funny. Here in Canada we have generally pretty good labor laws, but high-tech professionals are actually exempt from overtime laws. So if you work in tech, normally people have to get paid overtime, but that doesn't apply if you're in tech. I don't know why. My company actually does pay overtime, but they're not legally obligated to. Oh my god, lag. Successful lobbying? Probably. Isn't it always, though? Alright, let's see if we got anything. 2 LP with a 3% crit feels really bad. That's not good enough. 11. Nah. Yeah, these are not good enough. They'd outsource you if they had to pay overtime. Yeah. Does seem like that, doesn't it? That is the way. Or just AI or something. I think there are a few tech companies trying to replace a bunch of their developers with AI. I wonder how that's going. We'll take a 2 LP Snowdrift. I think I have a lot though. Pretty sure I don't need it. Alright, we looked at boots, helms, body armor. Wait a minute, 2 LP prism wraps. Ooh, this is pretty rare. This is a high value drop right there. Is there anything else I missed? I don't think so. Alright, check this out. You've heard of double rainbow, here's double portal. Did you guys know that Portal 3 is actually coming? It's this game. This is Portal 3. Most builds that can reach high corruption, they will nerf. Yeah. I think that that's okay though, because like there'll always be a strongest build, right? It doesn't have to always be the same build. It can be different builds. Prism Wrap 2 LP2 is a 0.26% drop chance. I actually have 6 of them, I'm pretty sure. When farming for Exalteds for Prophecies, do you still use Prophecies? Typically, it's not efficient to use Prophecies for Exalts. Because the, if you look at like the cost efficiency of Exalts compared to Uniques, it's about the same. But normally Exalts are significantly more common in like the rest of the game. So relative to every other content, it's not great to get them through Prophecies. But if you have a bottleneck and you really need Exalted items, then you can get them through Prophecies. I would just prioritize getting all of your LP uniques before you start worrying about Exalted items. Still worth for T7 Frostclaw, yeah. T7 Frostclaw is so rare that it can be worth doing Prophecies. But if you have a new character, for example, like if you're just starting out your Room Master and you're trying to gear it out, it's generally better to focus on getting all of your LP items as uniques, and then just using whatever exalts you drop, versus running a bunch of unique helms, then running a bunch of exalt helms, then running a bunch of unique chests, then running a bunch of... You know what I mean? Like, it's better to get as many natural drop exalts as you can while gearing out your character before you start target farming them with prophecies. Yeah, you can get them doubled at rank 10, and then there's also the Rune of Creation prophecy. So you can double them again for 4 chances. It's not too bad. All right, we're gonna have a shade pretty soon, I think. Is this a Spire map? No. I always check for Spire before I loot, just in case. So otherwise you get hit in the face with a ball of poison. Flamer's still feeling a little bit buggy. A little bit laggy. Although it's better than it was earlier. Still not great. You just reroll Spire maps? Yeah, I guess you could. Idle farming is the most tedious. I don't know if I just got lucky, but the first set of idle prophecies I did gave me all the idols I needed. I must have just got lucky though. Idols aren't really that fun though. There's the 2 affixes, and then you also need the good roll, which you can't filter on rolls, so you have to like look at them all. They're kind of annoying to farm. The Rune of Creation you can get with prophecies. There's a prophecy for Runes of Creation in the area that gives you the idle prophecies. So as CoF, you should have a lot of Runes of Creation. I don't think I have that many. I have 12 right now. But I generally use them quite a lot. They don't get ripped by... No, you're right. They don't get duped by rank 10. I think at some point I said that they could get duped, but I was wrong. Idols are super hard to farm, yeah. Yeah, idols are really hard to farm. Actually, in all my time playing, I only have 2 perfect 530 idols. You would think it'd be easy to get some of these with how much I play, but nope. You always lose your best idols when you die. Ah, yeah, that sucks. Yeah, I could see that being a pain to refarm. Understandable. are standing on the damage over time. Gotta move. Don't forget to like. Thank you, I appreciate that. It's a hot reminder. I don't think I've actually liked the video today. Hey! Sicario, what's up? Thank you for the sub. It's much appreciated. What is this? +9. Okay. As for the devs, nerf most builds. I think it's just part of game balance, though. If you never nerf strong stuff, then eventually the power creep just gets completely out of control. I think it is important to tone down things that are completely out of line. But I think this build probably won't exist in 1.0. You'd like to see other classes buffed than just nerfing things? I think it should be both. We should probably bring down some of the stuff that's like really overpowered and bring up some of the stuff that's really weak. Only nerfs does feel bad, I agree. It is a balance, though. You hope they rework Forge Master? Yeah, I agree. I really like Forge Master thematically, but it feels really underwhelming. A monk class, yeah, a monk class would be pretty cool. Why are these monsters so tanky? It's health and Lancing Blow, I guess. Bunch of classes could get buffed, yeah. If some things get bug fixed, a lot of classes are going to be much weaker, and a lot of them are going to be much stronger. There's just so many bugs in the game right now. Like, pretty much everything is bugged. Yeah, Lizard has a list of all the things. I was in his stream when he was going over that. It's a pretty cool list. He shared the link, but I think it's private. First bugs, then balance. I agree. I think it's hard to balance the game while there's still so many bugs. That's kind of the problem, right? Is you don't actually know how strong stuff is when it's not even working properly. Any clue when the next cycle is? No, I have no idea. I think Mike has made some statements probably within the next... I forget, I feel like he did say something. I would guess within the next 2 months, though. Just woke up, it must be pretty late. Hey Fabio, what's up? Yeah, it is midnight 30 right now. I think we're just gonna go to this shade, and then I'm gonna be calling it a night. Be interesting to see how modular Unity Engine. I think the thing about Unity Engine, though, is that there's so much stuff already built into the engine that they don't need to build. Without Unity, chances are it would probably take them a lot longer to get anything done. It's just my guess. So I personally have built a really simple game out of vanilla C#, and building out all of the like engine logic and all the like the movement logic and like building all of the like network handling and physics and all that stuff, all of that by scratch it's extremely time consuming and difficult, and like I don't know. It's so much work to get even a simple game working without something like Unity. You love running Lightless and not getting a boss unique? Yeah. Yeah, Lightless is such a pain to farm with all the little barriers. Let's go grab this mage. Maybe we'll get a Ladle. The dream. No Ladle. Should be enough stability for a boss. Managed to get a 4 LP? Oh my god. I'm so jealous. Feels bad. I have a poorly slammed 3 LP. Alright. Hopefully we don't lag too bad in this boss. How do you get above 100 move speed? I don't actually think I have above 100 move speed. Yeah, I only have 74. If you slam movement speed on your boots, you can get above 100 though. You managed to get with 45 shred. Yeah, 45 shred is basically enough to soft cap your shred. You don't need shred on anything else, I think. Mike said it was in 2 to 3 months. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is quite a while. Finding the boss fights are a little bit laggy. This latest patch. The remaster's laggy in general. That too, yeah. Is a bit of a problem. Yeah, I was playing in a group with one earlier, and it was pretty laggy. One might even say unplayable. Alright, we have Shade now. Alright, so what we are going to do is I will show you guys the stun lock setup. Hopefully I don't mess it up because I'm pretty tired. So we're going to give up a bunch of our damage and a bunch of our defense, and hopefully this lets us stun lock Shade. Let's make sure our setup is correct. Alright, we have 5 in duration. Cooldown, cooldown. Alright, I think we're good to go. Hopefully I don't mess it up. Oh shit, I'm laggy. This is gonna be really bad, I just realized. This might be a problem with how laggy I am right now. Yeah. Alright, let's try it again. Not actually sure why I broke out of the stun lock there. Didn't seem like I was like too bad at the time. I'm not using Flame Rush for this fight, even though it loses me a lot of DPS, just because it seems like it's a little bit laggy right now. I think the Flame Rush is bugging me out, so this is going to be a pretty slow fight. Should get a pretty big loot pop out of this though. I'm pretty sure Shade can actually come out of its stun lock right now. You can see it starting its animation. This is pretty dangerous. There's like a slight delay because of my lag, which might be enough for it to break out. I think it's gonna break out. No, maybe not. Yeah, if I was using Flame Rush right now, my DPS would be much higher. Oh shit, it actually teleported. $60k ward balanced? Yeah, this is balanced. Ah, shit. Alright, this is gonna be a pain. Yeah, a Wraithlord or a Lich, whatever, would definitely kill it a lot faster. I agree. Alright, I'm just gonna have to move everything. This is too much loot. It's scrolling off the side of the screen. I'm gonna move some of this. Boss can't kill you, loot will, yeah. Actually, wait. 12p bar boot. Keep that. I don't need that. Yeah, I just need to pick up some of this garbage so that I can actually see what I want. It's kind of a little bit annoying. I can do the filter thing, but this is fine, I can just do this. LP 11 int. I actually already have a perfect 2LP slammed with 13 int. I don't really need a 2LP with 11, but I'll take it. I guess if I try a different build, then I have it. Bar boots are such a good helm though, for like pretty much any build. Well, not any build obviously, but in stacking. They're also really good for Warlock with the necrotic stack. Alright, this might be enough. Alright, that's a lot better. I think we looked at everything here for helmets. Cool. There's a couple belts here we don't need. Is there anything else? Let's see, any of these helmets were worth... I think we looked at these, but I don't even remember. I'm too tired to remember that. No. Body armor. Even potions, yeah. And this is all crap too. None of this is good. Alright folks, if you guys have any raid recommendations, someone we can send the crew over to, feel free to throw those into the chat. I'm gonna look for somebody to do a raid. It's not very often I get a chance to do a big raid on Twitch or YouTube. Do we look at everything? I think so. Trophy fuzzy boot, I'll take it. Alright. Okay. Alright, let's... I'm going to... Alright folks, it is pretty much it for me. It is almost 1 in the morning, and we are exhausted. Thank you all for dropping in so much, and hope to see you in the next one. Let's do a raid, and call it a night. Hell yeah.
FrozenSentinel. Thank you so much for the raid. Oh my goodness. Welcome,
all right.
in, everybody. Welcome, man. Hope you had a good stream.
And to everybody on YouTube, hope you guys have a great night, or a great morning, I guess, for a lot of you.
I'm doing good. I'm trying to figure out